Hello, it's Dr. Rhonda Johnson, and today is Wednesday, July 7th, 2021. And today I'm going to be answering questions from some community outreach sessions that I have given. And actually, at the time that I was asked these questions, I wasn't sure about the answers. So I did a little research and I provided these answers to the organizations. And I thought I would just share them broadly. And so you're going to be the recipient, if you listen to this message, of my answers to these questions that I did not know the answer to originally. So one of the questions went like this. I had the Johnson & Johnson vaccine, the one-shot vaccine. Will I need a booster to protect me against the Delta variant? Well, again, we remember that all of the original vaccine trials were done with the original wild-type virus, and that was before these worrisome variants that we have today that the CDC and the World Health Organization called variants of concern had gained foothold. So Johnson & Johnson is giving its clinical trial participants, the ones that have volunteered, a second dose of its original vaccine to see if a booster shot may make it more effective. Those trials are underway. Johnson & Johnson is also designing new derivative vaccines to be more effective against the variants. So right now you just have to stay tuned. Now also Pfizer and Moderna and other vaccine manufacturers, they're all testing modified versions of their initial vaccines in clinical trials right now to see whether or not they will increase protection from infection and complications from these new COVID-19 variants. So that's the answer to that question. Next question. I had 2 doses, it goes like this, of either a Pfizer vaccine or 2 doses of the Moderna vaccine. If a booster shot is needed in the fall, should I switch to a different vaccine? Well, the answer is, first, there are no data on safety or efficacy of the mixed COVID-19 vaccine schedule because all of the clinical trials were done using the same vaccine brand. So for this reason, if you get a booster dose, most experts will likely advise you that your booster dose should be in the same brand that you originally got your vaccines. However, there have been cases where a recipient receives a different brand of a messenger RNA vaccine for the second dose. So say, for example, they got either the Pfizer or Moderna vaccine for the first dose and inadvertently got the either Pfizer or Moderna vaccine, the different one, different messenger RNA vaccine for the second dose. In this case, the CDC does not currently recommend that you have a repeat dose of either product. You just have a first dose of one and a second dose of the other. Because let's face it, mistakes do happen. Sometimes people don't remember, they can't find their original vaccine card, etc. They may have been out of the country. So, and again, I want to remind everyone that at this time, booster doses of any COVID-19 vaccine after the full series has been given are not recommended by any public health authority. So there's a lot of speculation about booster doses, but yet they haven't been recommended. Next question, should I get an antibody test to see if my immunity to COVID-19 is still holding up? Now, the answer to this is on May 19th, the FDA, the Food and Drug Administration in the United States, put out a statement saying that antibody tests should not be used at this time to determine immunity or protection against COVID-19 at any time, and especially after a person has received a COVID-19 vaccination. So the truth is the experts don't know for sure how long vaccine protection lasts. And we know that each person's immune response might be different to the vaccines or natural infection from the SARS-CoV-2 virus. Your body's immune response to COVID vaccine is very complicated, folks, and it involves a lot more than just blood antibody proteins. It also involves cellular immunity, the B cells and the T lymphocytes and cell memory. And again, it's complicated. And most commercial blood antibody tests do not measure cellular immunity, only what we call humoral or circulating antibody immunity. So don't get those blood tests for antibody levels. Even Dr. Fauci said he's not getting one. Next and last question, why are there so many variants? We know that the first 11 months of the pandemic, the SARS-CoV-2 virus was in relative evolutionary stasis, meaning that it wasn't mutating much. But since the late 2020, we have seen the rapid emergence of variants of concerns with mutations that impact transmission, that's the same as contagiousness, or they impact the effectiveness to vaccines, or they can impact the seriousness of infection. In the medical world, that's called pathogenicity. At the cellular level, some of the mutations cause the spike protein to better attach to the receptor in the cell. We know that there are researchers all around the world who are studying the immune escape mechanisms of these variants of concern, and that's making them less susceptible to vaccines or our body's natural immune response. See, the challenge is with almost every person that it infects, this SARS-CoV-2 virus can make tiny errors as the virus takes over the body's cell processes to copy itself. This happens millions and millions of times. So you know if something is done millions and millions of times, there are a million times that there can be a mutation in this virus, which is leading to all these new variants of the virus. New variants that are capable of spreading faster. That's the Alpha variant, formerly the UK variant, and the Delta variant, formerly the Indian variant. And some of these variants may elude the current PCR, the polymerase chain reaction test that we have to test for SARS-CoV-2 virus, making current testing methods less reliable. What we know from long ago is that most viruses and disease-causing bacteria, they evolved in ways that caused them to escape current treatments and vaccines so they can continue to spread. The flu virus is an excellent example of that. So experts are watching these evolving COVID variants, and unfortunately, we human hosts are creating all these opportunities to give these viruses the positive fitness traits that will give it an advantage. How do we stop this, folks? We have to make humans less susceptible so that the virus gets less fit. And we do this through vaccination, period. That's my message for today. I hope this has been helpful. Stay safe, folks. As always, my views are my own, and have a blessed day.